So for this video, guys, we're going to be looking at the man blitz version of what we've been doing. And this is kind of something that when I discussed us, looking at some different types of setups, what we're going to do here is we're going to press, go right with this players. Then we're going to spread our line, crash them up. Remember how I said we wanted 7 guys across like this? And the reason why we did that was because on the other play, it looked like man coverage, but it actually wasn't. Well, this is going to be man coverage, right? So all we did again was we shifted our linebackers to the right. We went ahead and crashed our players out, and we spread our linemen. Then we're going to do the same thing with this RB. The only thing that we're going to do with this RB is we're going to cover him, obviously, because it's man-to-man, if he goes to the right. If not, what we're going to do is basically, for the intents and purposes, is wait for anything that breaks from the left side of the field to the right to help. So in this instance, this is PA crossers. We know that that B route's going to do a really good job of beating man coverage, right? So let's do something like this. And what we're going to do here is the X and the Y, they're most likely not going to be able to get that vertical stem by the time we get to the quarterback. So we're really just looking for slants, for drags, for some quick ins or these crossers, right? So here's the way it's going to look. We're going to do the same thing. Hold the left trigger. Look, does it go out? Nope. And look how quickly that hits. Comes right down that A gap just the way we showed it before, right? So right, left up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and crash our guys. In this instance, we can either crash them up or crash down. I'm going to show you crash down this time, right? And then what we're going to do is make this guy here. And let's just do the same thing we did before. And here we go. This is crashing down. And you can see here again, A gap. So depending how you want to do it, it's a little bit tighter of a squeeze. So we could do it either where, we do it where we're crashing up or crashing down. And we're going to do it this time again. And we're just waiting for that guy. If it's not there, A gap. So that was crashing out. The second time was crashing in. Basically, that'll come in really quickly. Look at what you've got going on as far as, just these routes right here. If these guys were going here, by the time we get them to, say, this is where you would get, say, number 10, right there, right? You'd have to throw it right there. Let's see where the quarterback is. I mean, he's already on the ground. He'd have to throw that ball right about here. If he's got to start throwing the ball right about here, that all 3 of those vertical routes, if they're going down the field, don't have an opportunity for this. This is why it's something that, on third down and long, you might want to go with for this. The one player we knew that could beat our player across the middle is the one that we're going to cover as number 45. You can see that I don't have to stay in there for this to work. All I'm doing is looking for number 32. If number 32 doesn't go out for a route, what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to go cover somebody else. You can see how this goes straight down the gut, right? And that's really what's at, because everything looks like it's coming from the right side. So 32 is basically worried about that, and then we're going right down the middle with it, right? Again, this is more of a right running back on the right type of setup. So I'll show it again here, something like this. I'll even put B on it in this time, right? Just to give something that they might throw it. Obviously, if this is 3rd and 10, they're not going to throw it to the in. They're going to wait for the X to go. And that's typically what you're going to want to throw this on, is something with a little bit more time. But again, you're going to go right with your linebackers. You're going to spread your line, crash them down or up. I'm going to go crash them up this time. And then we're going to make sure that we do our, what's it called? Our pass commit. And then you're going to want to be the guy that goes ahead and blocks it. Typically speaking, because of the way it is, I'm going to want to try to man up this guy, and then you let the other 2 guys go in, but I'm going to show you both ways, right? So this is guy on the left, and you can see here, this guy's going to come through, and we're able to do it because we wanted to use the guy on the side of the running back, right? So let's try it again here, and then we're going to do right. All right, this time I'm going to use this guy, right? And this way you can see here, what ends up happening is it gets picked up, right? So just so you're familiar with what this is, you want to be on the side in which the running back is. And it makes sense that way from both standpoints, right? The reason why that makes sense is because that's the guy that you're going to want to cover in case he goes to the flats. So this time you're just using it that way. And again, you're going to see that guy waiting there. And we were able to get in, at that point. So just want to make sure that you kind of see how this can be correlated the same way. Again, all it is shifting your linebackers to make it look like a 4-3 stack look. So you're shifting them to the right. Then you're spreading your line. You're either crashing them up or down. I would definitely check your personnel to see what makes most sense for you. I've had success with both. And then what you're doing from there is pass committing and covering the running back on the side with the linebacker that he's on.